welcome to math today. All right, today you were on page 198 and we are reviewing because tomorrow you have a quiz.
Wait, what? No! Wednesday!
Okay, now people at home, you see how excited we are here in class for our quiz.
No! What?
Okay, it's addition and subtraction
Oh,
of fractions. Okay? All right, now we need to crank down the volume, turn off our voices, lock it, throw away the key. Okay? We're reviewing today. So, number 16 on 198, I need a reader. To read it, we're going to do 3 problems together, then you've got practice on your own to get ready for your quiz. Okay? Angie, read it for me.
Elise made 1 fruit smoothie. He drank 1/3 of it. What fraction of the fruit smoothie is left?
Okay, on these word problems, mark them up the way we've practiced before. So, everyone in your book, get ready to mark with me. Ruth made 1 fruit smoothie. That might not seem important. It's very important.
Oh, wait, I need fruits.
All right, she made 1 fruit smoothie.
Delicious.
She drank 1/3 of it. What fraction of the smoothie is left? Okay, shall we draw a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't understand a problem like this, draw a picture or write your numbers out in a way that's not a word problem.
Should we write
Okay, oh,
3/3?
we shall raise our hand if you have a suggestion. Hayden,
Or we could do 3/3 minus 1/3.
that is kind of what we're going to get to. Angie?
It's subtraction.
It is subtraction. You guys, you're about ready to do it on your own. Okay, so we are just going to draw a quick fruit smoothie. Whoop.
Yeah, let's make it fancy.
Well, you know me. I like to. All right. Now, our denominator, if we're going to split it up like a fraction, is going to be 3's, okay? Because they already chose it for us. So I can split this into thirds. 1, 2, 3. All right. She drank the top third, okay? So she already drank this part at the top. It's gone. So we have 1 2/3 left. And I basically just answered the question. Do you guys see how easy this can be if you really draw a picture and think it through?
Yeah.
Okay, if she drank 1 of her thirds, which it told us, how many does she have left? 1, 2. Okay, other people had other really good ideas. Let me show you a number line. You do have to draw this with me, okay? I'm showing you all the ways you can think about this, and then you guys can pick the way that makes the most sense. So on your number line, we're going to label the ends 0 and 1. Who can tell me what we're going to be splitting up our tick marks into? Noah? 3's. So I need 1/3 and 2/3. And Hayden said something really helpful earlier. Hayden, what can I put above my 1 right here?
3/3.
3/3. Okay, remember, if I want to show one whole thing, I just put the same number on the top and the bottom.
And I almost put 1/3.
So, since we're using thirds here, that's why I picked 3's for here. All right. So then Angie said I can do 3/3 minus 2/3, right? Or 1/3?
Mm-hmm.
So let's write it out. 3/3 minus, whoops, I keep wanting to write the answer. Minus 1/3 that she drank. So if I'm starting here and she only drank 1/3, I would land right here. So when we subtract, remember we do not change denominators or when we add. And in the top, 3 minus 1?
2.
2.
2/3.
So there's 1 way to think about it, 2 ways to think about it, 3 ways to think about it. You have a lot of choices, okay? Give me a thumbs up if one of those ways works for you.
All of them.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if all of those make sense to you. Well, that's fabulous.
I don't like
You know what? I don't love number lines either, but sometimes it helps my brain to figure something out in a word problem if I draw one. So sometimes you need to draw one. Any questions on this? Great job. You guys are ready for your quiz. All right, I need someone to read the next problem on page 199.
What do we put on the line?
The solution would be 2/3 of the smoothies left, if you want to write that there. Eric, please read number 17.
Miss Chang has a bunch of balloons. 3/10 of the balloons are red. 2/10 of the balloons are blue. What fraction of the balloons are neither red or blue?
Okay. So this type of problem makes my head go, ugh. We need to underline, find our important stuff. Mr. Chang has a bunch of balloons. Quentin, do you have a question? Or you got important stuff for me?
Mhm.
All right. What's one important thing?
that there is 3/10 and 2/10.
Okay. So the 3/10 goes with red.
Mhm.
2/10 go with blue. All right. Thank you, Quentin. That stuff's both very important.
I just
Liam?
is nor even a word?
It is. It's kind of like or, but it means neither of these.
It looks like it's not a word.
Yeah, I know. So if you're saying neither and then two things, it's not either. You say neither blank nor blank. Kind of like or. Hayden?
Well, I kind of know that it's addition and stuff, so, but 3,
Shall we put our question in a box before we get carried away here?
yes.
Okay.
The fraction of the balloon.
All right. If you've not, please put your question in a box.
And, so 3 plus 2 is 5. So
All right, hold on.
That's half.
Before we start just solving, because I think some of you are ready. You already know the way you're going to do it and you're ready to solve. We need to kind of make sense out of this. How many total balloons are there? Josiah? How'd you know that? Because you're right.
Because, the denominator, so you're going to need to make a number line with 10 marks.
I love what he's doing there, okay? Even if you don't love number lines, we're going to practice one today. So draw your line, and Josiah's right. We're going to end, well, one whole thing, which is 10 balloons, and zeros on this end. So halfway down would be 5/10. And then make sure you get enough up to either side. And to help us remember, one bunch of balloons would be 10 out of 10. And technically this is 0 out of 10. I will give you a minute to get that written down. If you finish and have all your numbers on there, start thinking about where you're going to put your points. Madeline?
Nor is no and or because it's spelled no and or.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of like that meaning too, combined.
I thought the balloon wasn't a word.
Okay, so I have 10 balloons. 3/10, or 3 of my 10 balloons are red. 2/10 of my balloons are blue. And the rest of them is what I want to figure out, okay? I don't know what color they are, but we know they're neither red nor blue. All right, so first let's just show our red balloons on the number line. How far do I need to hop to get to the red balloon amount? Noah?
How far do you need to hop to get to red?
3 3/10. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna switch markers so you guys at home can see better. We're gonna hop straight to 3/10 first, okay? And I'm gonna put an R there. Those are the red balloons. All right, now what do I need to hop to next to show my blue balloons? Hayden?
5/10.
I'm hopping 5/10 or hopping
2.
2 5/10?
2.
I'm hopping 2 5/10. I only go 2/10 forward.
And then that
So those are my blue balloons. It's kind of hard to say, blue balloons. All right. So the question wants to know what fraction of our balloons are neither red nor blue. So to get to the whole bunch, how many more balloons must I have? Emma?
5.
5. She's got it. So 5/10, or half of the balloons, right? 5/10 means half.
When you said blue balloon, it kind of sounded like a...
I think I said blue balloons, or blue. I said it a little funny.
Yeah, but they have the same meaning. Like it sounds they
blue
both start with
balloon.
B, and there's a kind of writing for that.
Alliteration? Very nice. Okay, so 5/10. What label could I put on this? Abby? Well, we could simplify it to say it's 1/2, right? But I want a label. 5/10 what? Kittens, cats, puppies, green balloons. Noah?
All together balloons or just balloons?
Is it all of my balloons?
No.
What fraction of the balloons are neither red nor blue? So what could I label this as?
No.
Josiah?
A fraction of balloons that are not red or blue.
That would work, okay? So come up with a label. If you need to borrow some of my words, you can borrow mine. But everyone, write your label. I'm going to say 5/10 of the balloons aren't red or blue?
I said not red. I think what I should.
And if you simplified that fraction to say 1/2, you would still be correct, right? 5/10 is the same as 1/2. So when you get a little bit older, if you leave a fraction like that that's not simplified, your teacher's going to get mad at you. But for now, you're okay. Any questions about Mr. Chang and his balloons? All right. We've got one more to do together. I need a reader for number 18. Cadence.
Emily ate 1/6 of a bag of carrots. Nick ate 2/6 of the bag of carrots. What fraction of the bag of carrots did Emily and Nick eat altogether? Circle the letter of the fraction.
Just got to say it's weird how that lined back up.
Yeah.
All right. I saw other people noticing that. All right. Thank you, Cadence. So Miss Emily, she's got some carrots. Make sure you mark up the problem with me, okay? Sometimes when you do this in class, you kind of take it for granted. Then on a test, you kind of freeze and go, I don't know where to start. So practice with me. So Emily, 1/6 of a bag. Nick ate 2/6 of the bag. You must love carrots. Okay, our question, which goes in a box. What fraction of the bag of carrots did Emily and Nick eat all together? So we have a key word in there that tells us if we need to add or subtract. Did anyone pick up on it, Liam?
It is. Can I tell you what the fraction?
Well, tell me what our key word is that tells us if we're going to add or subtract.
Add.
We're going to add. He's right. What keyword told us that? Madeline?
Altogether.
Altogether. Okay, remember, those keywords help us. So we do need to add. And what are we going to add up? Cadence?
1/6 and 2/6.
1/6 plus 2/6. Go ahead and show your work here.
Mrs. Hare.
If you needed to make a number line, you totally could. My quick question, though, to review. This is the most important part about adding and subtracting fractions. Does anyone know what I'm going to say? What about the denominator? Hayden?
Don't change your denominator, and that was exactly what Rob did.
Okay. So we need to put a 6 down there. And in the top, we have a 3, right?
Rob chose.
All right. If I wanted to simplify my fraction just to practice, 3/6 is the same as what? Hudson?
1/2.
Nice job. So I'm just going to put a 1/2 here just to remind everybody that those are equivalent. They're the same. All right, so we can choose answer C. All right, and now we get to be the teacher. This is my favorite part of the day. Okay, let me read it. If you haven't thought it through, everyone think it through. Okay, Rob chose D, 3/12. How did he do that?
I know what you did.
Okay, those of you with your hands up, keep your hands up. I want you to keep thinking about it, but I want everyone else to think too. Rob picked D, so we got 3/12. Now, what do you think?
Because he did 1 plus 2 and 6 plus 6.
Silly Rob. He doesn't know Mrs. Hare's most important rule. If you added these 6s together, would you get a 12 down here? Well, if you did what Rob did, would you get a 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to do that, right?
No.
Is 3/6 very different than 3/12?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you don't believe me, let me show you. 3/6 and 3/12.
3/12 is smaller.
Right, because their denominator is bigger. We've learned some of those tricks. Okay, so that's what happens. If you add up your denominators, you get numbers that don't make any sense. Okay, they don't work right. So you have to keep your denominator the same. All right, so if you need to borrow my words, borrow my words. But I think all of you can explain that yourselves. Okay, so Rob got the answer wrong because something about he added his denominators. Okay,
Well, he
please get that done now. Make sure you restate your question. Shouldn't hear voices because everyone's busy writing. sure you're writing down. I haven't had to this year because you've done a nice job keeping up with me, but sometimes I've had to do surprise check-ins to your books when you go to special and just give you points for doing it. So I'm trusting you guys this year. Make sure you keep up, though. Any questions on this? All right, you guys are so ready for this quiz. It's not going to be very hard. It's a lot more of the same type of thing, okay? So the hardest part is just making sure you understand the word problem. And we've got good strategies to do that. Yes, ma'am.
We have homework tonight on this.
I am going to give you homework tonight so you can
Hey.
practice for your quiz.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Well, with that, friends at home, I will see you later. And you did just hear us right. We have a quiz tomorrow. Okay? So good luck. Practice hard. You're all prepared.